Hey Steve, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Where are we today?
We're in Santa Rosa, California at Synergy Agricultural Products. Commonly known as Synergy Ag or Synergy Ag Pro. They manufacture compost tea brewers for aerobic compost tea. They also have their own compost tea line, and I just haven't been here in a while. I've lived in Sonoma County a long time, but I've just seen these guys grow up, and whenever I go to my commercial facilities that are growing sustainable, organic, non-till, I always see the Synergy Brewers, and it's always a piece of my heart. So I wanted to see my friend Mike and see where their business has gone. I remember when they started. I remember when they started with small brewers. Everyone was brewing out of buckets. Then they made their own 5-gallon, and they started to work their sizing up. And now they're making these like vineyard sprayers.
But November came, man, I wish it was yesterday.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, good to see you. How you been? Good. Hey, there he is.
Hello, Steve.
Mike, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, how you been?
This is Murphy.
Murphy. Gosh, I haven't been here in so long.
It's been quite a while.
It's been a long time.
It's been too long.
Way too long. I was just talking about on the way here, I see your brewers at commercial facilities and it warms my heart seeing the brand. Because I remember just, this industry was small not that long ago, and
It's exploded.
to see how much it's exploding. And are you guys starting to jump into more of the traditional ag space?
Yeah, big ag is our big move right now.
That's great.
Yeah, they're picking it up and
Part of it is our push. Part of it is big ag coming to us.
yeah.
Right.
They come and they've heard about us. They've done their research and they knock on the door and they want more.
Right.
There's a huge movement in regenerative practices.
I bet it is.
We're right in the right place at the right time.
Well, and you have a good business model with the razor blade, right? I mean, you have a fantastic brewer, but then you also make fantastic compost tea.
Compost tea and living soil. Yeah.
And then of course we've moved a lot into the equipment stages of it. The air pumps, the diaphragm pumps, the things of this sort. And then our latest venture is we're moving into electric ag vehicles to not only help the soil, but help the farmers get away from the pollution of the diesels, the cost of running gasoline motors. The electric ags are shaping up as a really good product for us.
Oh, that is cool. So that's the vehicles we saw when we were walking up here.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's one of them out there.
Yeah. Can we take a look at that? And then I want to see the brewers, if that's all right.
Yeah.
So it's all electric.
All electric.
Okay. What does it get up to?
So it gets up to about 30 miles an hour at top speed.
Okay.
Empty.
What is the size of this tank, first off?
So this is 150 gallons.
Okay.
It comes with side booms for row crops.
These here, and these adjust, it looks like?
Yeah, they adjust. They drop down.
Oh, that gets a great
Yeah.
spread. And
Oh,
you
yeah.
have it on both sides.
Both sides, and options for the middle too. This one's set up for a vineyard.
Right. Okay. So it sprays
With the
up.
vineyards, you run them in the up position, just run down the rows and you're spraying the entire plant. We also have a version of this you'll see in the other shop that it's a combination sprayer, mister, and it brews the compost tea right in
Oh, it even
the
brews it?
tank as you're doing it. So it's a complete 3-in-1 machine, fully electric. Even if there's also, interestingly, some rebates from air quality control and the EPA environmental protection, where depending on your geographical location, they'll give you a rebate of up to 80% of the cost of an electric vehicle
Wow.
for your farm.
And so these pieces on the back here, this is a pump And I remember early on when I first met, we talked a lot about diaphragm pumps being the best to preserve the microorganisms. Is that similar to what you have here?
It's a very similar one. That one is known as a positive displacement, where it sucks the fluid into a chamber and then a piston pushes the fluid out. With the diaphragm pump, it's basically two diaphragms that are doing the same thing. The fluid's coming in one side. As the diaphragms compress, the fluid is pressing out. The advantage of that is there's no rotating blades as there is in the traditional water pump, where the blades will destroy the biology, especially the fungal portions, the higher life, such as the nematodes and the protozoas. So these type of pumps protect the biology virtually 100%.
So this one here, in addition to this, also has this mister fogger on the top?
The fogger. The fogger is on a swivel. It will literally encompass a 20-foot tall tree or vineyards or hemp rows or anything of this sort.
That's about a 40-foot reach.
About
40
a 40-foot blast.
Oh, yeah.
Is it pretty fine? And I'm sorry, is it focused? Or does it go out real wide?
It goes out probably, 15, 20-foot diameter at the end of the mushroom?
At the end, yeah, it's probably about from like that rock to that bush right there.
How fine is the mist that comes out?
Micro
Oh, wow.
particles. Yeah.
How nice.
Oh, super fine.
Yeah, that's
really,
great.
really, really nice.
So this particular one we're looking at does not brew.
This particular one does not, but there's one in the other building that is just under construction now that we've converted it. We've done the first series of tests and in the prototype version, and now we're making the production version of it.
Well, what else do you want to show us? I'm sorry to detour us on this. It just obviously caught my attention.
The Brewers.
Go to the Brewers?
The Brewer world.
5-gallon buckets is what everyone brewed in.
Oh yeah.
And then it quickly became, you can brew in your barrel.
Yep.
And then I remember Mike
Air stones.
with the air stones.
Yeah.
And I remember Mike having this like boneless kit. I forgot what he called it, the DIY kit, where he sold the parts and you can add it to whatever brewer you want.
Build your own brewer.
Do you guys still do that?
We still have those, yeah.
Okay, so then obviously here's the flagship Synergy product that I'm familiar with, which is the conical bottom brewer.
Yep.
I always loved how you put your pumps on board. So what are these different tanks here? So obviously different sizes we discussed. What is this like a 30?
So this is the Synergy 30-gallon cone bottom tank. This is a closed top system. See inside of it.
Yep.
Also comes in a cyclone version. That will have, it has another arm on the sides. It's an airlift system.
So something that I always thought was really cool, that whether people care or not, I definitely cared, was the cam locks. These have now become popular for just different irrigation designs. But at the time, this was a really cool, unique feature.
Oh yeah,
that
absolutely.
your competitors weren't doing.
Well, you have to clean the tanks every time you use them.
Right.
And their competitors, everything was screwed together.
So this being able to pop off easy?
Everything on this detaches so it can be easily cleaned.
Oh my gosh.
That was one of our main designs when we built these, was easy cleaning, easy operation. We wanted to make it simple as easy so people could use this and really get it out there in the field.
For sure.
The easier it is, the more people want to use it.
Yeah, I mean, quality parts. I mean, your valves are nice. The cam lock's nice. Is this all? What is this metal?
So this is actually a patented design that we had. It's a proprietary design that we designed.
Is that right?
Have made for us, yes. And we're the only one in the compost tea world with that.
I thought that was unique. I didn't know it was a patented feature. So then on the back side of this too, you have this classic arm lift.
Yes, so this is the anti-siphon loop. Usually there's a pump on it.
Right.
The regenerative air pump goes right here and it attaches right here. And this is the anti-siphon loop that comes down. It keeps, if you have a power failure.
I see, so that way the fluid doesn't back up.
Yeah, the fluid doesn't back up in a power failure.
Sure. You still incorporate check valves into these, or does this eliminate the check valve?
No check valve.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's the whole point of it. Check valves are bad for the regenerative pumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much restricted.
Too much
flow.
restriction. Yeah.
Okay, and then this guy here, more of an open. This is obviously an open top style.
Yeah. This was our 60 open top.
I love the open
Volcano system.
The open tops.
This style is based after Dr. Elaine Ingham's big bubble theory.
So I remember the evolution of the Volcano coming about. Explain what the Volcano actually is.
The Volcano is based on Dr. Elaine Ingham's big bubble theory. It's where big bubbles are coming up from the center of the tank, causing big extraction and aeration and movement in the tank.
Yeah.
So you get bigger bubbles, bigger extraction, bigger aeration.
So rather than doing it to where it's, say, the vortex, it's dropping in from the top and cyclone
Yes.
spinning, this one's all bubbling from the bottom.
Yes.
And you get a faster and a superior extraction?
There's a thing that micro bubbles actually kill microbes and fungi. They shear them. So with the big bubbles, you get that big extract, and it doesn't hurt the microbes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you generally say to your customers as a typical brew cycle, the time for the
So
extraction?
it's about 12 to 24 hours.
Okay. Okay.
When brewing. If it's a really hot day and the temperatures,
You can speed that up.
you can speed it up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I have very limited knowledge, but I like to think that I am a microbiologist in my own world. I'm a master of my own domain, but
Oh,
I
sure.
also admit I don't
Well,
know
we are.
much
We're all-
at all. Yeah, I like to get fancy with my brew times. But no, the Volcano design I always thought was cool. And again, for us, we have a brewer, but one of your old ones at our store.
Yeah.
And so from a cleanliness perspective, these are so easy to clean.
Oh, absolutely.
You can get all the little nooks and crannies. Changing out the bag right here is very easy.
Yeah. They're
Very,
all
very clean
NSF
design.
certified. All the parts on it are all food grade.
Why is it that you're drilling these different holes? So you have different places that you can place them at?
So yes, you can put this different places, and also the lid, you can turn it to a closed top. If you're, say, indoors, you can bolt this back down, and now it's a closed top where you enter through here.
Oh, I see. So you just line them up like
Keep any
that.
splashing, but most people just put the lid on,
Right.
and don't bolt it back down.
Okay. Same thing. Open top here.
Yep.
And
This is probably our number one selling. These all come from 30 gallons all the way up to 2,500 gallons.
Right.
You know, from the
And
little-
what is the size of this one?
This is a 150 gallon brewer. Same
Most-
thing, Volcano.
Yep. So obviously, a 150-gallon brewer isn't
Sure.
for everybody.
Sure.
So if you're just someone starting out,
Sure.
maybe you're a backyard grower, or maybe you're a home cannabis grower.
Sure.
How do you tell your customers to get started? In a bucket, like where it all originally started, a bubbler
Yeah,
style?
well, yeah. Some of them start with. We used to have a 13-gallon system.
Right.
That the little home gardener that would use, and that would get them started. But then most of the little home gardeners move up to the 30 real quick.
Yeah.
Because they see the benefits of it, and the results start coming in.
So this is on the end of that other sprayer that's out front.
Yeah.
So what are you two different nozzles here?
So this is actually the compost. This is the one that's.
Oh, this is the one that brews.
Yeah.
And
you
sprays.
can see right here on the side of it. This one has one of the regenerative pumps and the anti-siphon loop built
Right.
into it.
Right. Yeah, and so obviously you're pushing air, but you're not pushing it through air stones.
Not at all.
You're not trying to
It's
do
all
anything
based on
like that.
the big bubble theory.
Right.
We find you get the best extraction with big bubbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The air stones are like, it was like a common myth. I mean, they like build so much slime and biofilm that it seems counterproductive to use air
And also you
stones.
get anaerobic bacteria built up in the stone.
In the stone
So
itself.
you're putting anaerobic bacteria into the water.
Yeah, you're trying to brew an aerobic tea and you have anaerobic
Yeah.
life killing you. Do you run the analysis of brewing with different style brewers or different style methods?
So we have. I have the plate in the other room, but there's one style. It has. It's like a air stone disc, and we found with that it has super micro bubbles that it releases, and that actually shears and kills all the biology because the bubbles are so fine.
Yeah.
So we don't use that, and we do our own in-house lab testing. This is the lab right here. Pretty dirty in here.
Yeah, but you have a little lab right here,
Yeah, this is where we do all of our lab work.
in-house, just test things out.
And everything that we do, everything that we test, we send out to a third party test for non-biased results.
Right,
So
sure.
we aren't saying ours is the best because we did our own test.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting a third party to confirm
Are
it
you
for us.
testing the dry compost tea that you're selling, or are you doing an extraction and then testing it?
So we do both.
Okay.
We do both, yeah. So this is our compost tea right here. So all this goes through. We make it, once it reaches the desired numbers, it gets sent to, or we bring it here, and once we see the desired numbers that we want, we send it to a third party lab, and then they confirm it, and then we put it on the market.
I see.
Yeah, these are actually the numbers right here.
Well, thanks a lot, Nathan.
Cool, man.
I really appreciate it.
Take care, yeah.
I'm Steve from Monster Gardens. Till next time. Wanted to see my friend Mike and see where their business has gone.
And the trucks.
What terrible timing with the trucks. I tell you, but that's how you know it's an industrial park. We got a lumber yard here, you know, we got concrete manufacturing.
Same time. We also have the version of. We also have this.
How have these been selling for you?
Sorry. They've been selling great. Yeah.